Okay, good afternoon, Concordia students, EDU 520. This is week one's instructional video. Couple things that I want to cover for you. I hope most of you have watched my introductory video and know how to contact me under the Meet Your Instructor tab on Blackboard. That if you send me an email, you make sure that you're spelling my last name correctly, Petersen. And I think I went into some information about submitting assignments on Blackboard, how everything is done through Blackboard. I did just upload another document about how to submit those assignments. If that wasn't clear for you, I didn't see that anywhere on Blackboard, so I put that in as an announcement link just a little bit ago. So this week's assignments include 2 discussion board entries and responses and 1 very short paper. So what you want to do is read your textbook first to kind of get some background for what you're going to be asked to respond to. I've had several communications from you, from various students in the course, asking where do you get the textbook. And your best deal is to go to Amazon. It'll be the fastest, and it also gives you the option to rent the textbook, which is only around $43 compared to the, I think, $193 or something if you buy the textbook. So you might want that option of renting it. And I believe you can do that with most of the textbooks in the program, especially since all of you are not close enough to go to the school and purchase your textbooks from the university themselves. And sometimes they don't always have the textbooks there, or it takes some time to get them. So Amazon is probably your fastest bet. So you are to read chapters 1 and 2 this week. And then there's a video from Sir Kenneth Robinson that you're watching. So all of that being said, then you are asked to make 2 discussion board postings. And your first discussion board posting is a meet and greet. I'm looking for the directions here. That one you could probably do at any time. And so what you want to do with that one, it asks you for several very specific things. What you teach, where you teach. It asks you for words to describe your personality. I don't recall all of the requirements, but everything is on discussion board. So when you're on Blackboard, some of you have already done this. Go down to week 1 and click on assignments, and you just click through. It'll give you 2 options for discussion board. So click on the first one. It'll give the prompt. It also gives you the rubric from which they'll be graded. So that first entry is something you could do right away if you haven't yet finished your reading or you don't yet have the textbook. So the way that the discussion board works, I think I mentioned this in the welcome video, you must post your initial postings by 11:59 on Thursday nights. And you will have a posting for each of the 2 discussion board prompts. And then by Sunday night at 11:59, you must respond to 2 of your peers for each discussion board question. So that means this week you'll have 4 responses to your peers. So all in all, you're going to have 6 entries on discussion board this week. 2 prompts each, one posting per each prompt, and 2 responses for each posting to 2 different colleagues. So I hope that's clear. If you have a question, let me know. What I do want you to make sure that you understand about discussion board is there is a rubric that is associated with this. So each posting is worth 10 points. And you get 2 points for each person that you responded to. So if you don't respond to 2 of your colleagues, you're going to lose 2 points, and that will add up over the week. So make sure you get all of those responses in. You are also asked to provide citations and references that are correctly formatted in APA format. So I mentioned previously that there are APA resources on the Blackboard site. There is also this manual, the APA manual. No, that's your textbook, sorry. The blue APA manual. And you'll find this information on pages 174 to page 183. So look at that. But really the easiest way is to look at that 3-page piece that is shortcuts to all of the APA entries. So an in-text citation is going to be where you are letting the reader know where you got your information. And it's going to be pretty similar every week because you're going to be using the same manual. You may be referring to the videos that you watch, but you have to practice that in-text citation. It's different than your reference. Your reference page for the discussion board is just going to be at the bottom of your discussion board entry, and it's going to be a reference page type entry. So you don't have to create a separate reference page for this, but the type of entry you would put on a reference page is what you're going to put at the bottom of your discussion board. You are not going to have to do either one of those APA for your first discussion board, but you will need to do it for the second assignment. And the second assignment is asking you to, I'm trying to remember what the second assignment is. You're reflecting on Sir Kenneth Robinson's video and how that resonated with you. I just found my notes here. So you're going to discuss key points that you believe are relevant to curriculum instruction, assessment, and the direction that your school should be moving in. So do you agree with what he has to say or not? Where are you even in alignment with your own school's policies? So this is going to be a very short entry. These do not have to be long. You can type them right in the text box. If you choose to do them on a separate document and upload them, especially if you're using Google, please make sure you do it as a hyperlink so I don't have to cut and paste to look at all of your entries. But the easiest way is to type directly into the text box that's there, and then you just submit it and it's done. So that second discussion board entry will have it, those two APA entries, one in-text citation and one reference page style notation at the bottom of your entry. The assignment for this week, assignment number 1, is a 2-page, not 3, not 4, not 1.5, 2-page philosophy statement based on both your personal experience and on the definitions, theories, and roles of the curriculum worker. So when I said 2-page, I want you to practice being as concise and careful with your language as possible in order to meet the requirements of this assignment. So it's not going to have a lot of detail. You have to really think through what is your philosophy of education and the curriculum. What do you feel about it? And then be succinct in explaining that to the reader. There are some pages in Chapter 1, pages 18 to 20, as well as page 29, that can help you focus on those roles, theories, and roles of the curriculum worker. It also asks you how major educational philosophies resonate with your own teaching philosophy. And those are discussed in Chapter 2, and they're summarized on page 33. So those pages may help you to make your ideas more concrete and be able to wrap them around just a 2-page entry. I'll take a 2.5-page, but if you're over that, you really need to go back and examine your language and your word usage and how to boil that down into a 2-page statement. As I said yesterday, there are resources on Blackboard for all of this. Another student reminded me, you also have access to Grammarly. You only have access to it for free through the CUI website, but you do have that resource, so make sure that you use that. When you submit this paper, this 2-page paper, that's 2 pages of written text. Then you're going to have, in addition to that, a title page formatted in APA format. And that format is given to you under those APA resources. And that, I think it's a 2 or 3 page document that's on there that makes it all really clean and easy. And then you also are going to provide a reference page. And the reference page is always separate. It does not come at the end of your last page. It's a separate page. It is not a bibliography. It is a reference page. And the formatting for that is also included on that APA resource. So pretty much everything you need to know about APA is for this course is on that document. So we're going to practice learning those 2 things. You'll know them very well before the end of the course. There is a rubric for this assignment. You have access to it. You can click on it when you access the directions for the assignment. And I grade on that rubric on Blackboard. I will give you my feedback on the bottom of that rubric, and then I also copy it in under comments for your grades. So please make sure that you look at my feedback, because that's going to be one of the best ways that I'm able to communicate with you. When you're writing, you want to consider readability and style. So it's helpful for this paper to include a brief introduction and a short conclusion to help you wrap up your thoughts. There are a few of you, as always, that haven't been in school for a very long time. And I just want to assure you again that we provide all the resources that you're going to need to be successful in this program. The only people that struggle in the program are the ones that get too far behind, or don't turn in assignments, or just really have not put any effort into the assignments. That is very rare. So you kind of have to choose to fail in this program, because we offer you as much support as possible, and that's my job. I'm happy to do it. So please make sure that you utilize me for any questions. I'm happy that a couple of you have already texted me today, so that's great. I know that you looked at the syllabus and found my contact information. So I think that's about it for this week. I am going to try and get this posted up here tonight. It's about a day late. I usually have my videos up by Sunday night, usually Monday at the latest. So today is Tuesday. I apologize. I'm having some technical difficulties. So expect them, generally speaking, on Sunday nights. So I will talk to you all again next week.